his former team here, and came out of the gates really strong. A lot of defensive communication still, even though he had 46 points. Still quarterbacking our defense and really just carrying us down the stretch. Great defensive energy, but the shot making was just ridiculous, and just one of those nights for the ages for him.
Yeah, he's having one of the best shooting stretches of his career. There was 1 year, 12-13, where he was 40% from three. But have you noticed anything specifically on that end with the way that the shot looks, where he's getting it, and just the role of what the offense is?
Well, it's and we've been encouraging him to shoot over the top and to beat defenses because he shoots it at a high clip. Defenses are going to try to sag off and try to keep him out of the paint or whatever. This is sort of, if you're going to make a parallel, guys like MJ and Kobe went into the fadeaway jump shots out of the post a lot towards the later part of their careers. He's doing that as well, but he's also, bringing that ability to beat teams from deep in the modern NBA, which, is an acceptable part of this era of basketball. And, he shoots the heck out of it from that range. And, I don't really, if I'm playing against him, I'm not really sure what I'm doing to try to slow him down when he's shooting the ball that well from the perimeter.
Wow.
Hey, Frank, before the season, there's a lot of talk about the possibility that, you guys might find games to rest LeBron. And I think before the season, you were a little hesitant to commit to things. And then by the time the season started, you sort of said, well, we want to play him as long as he's ready to go. I'm wondering, even like early December, when you guys are just starting training camp, were you already pretty certain that LeBron would just play through it and just be able to go every night, or how sure were you on what your approach would be?
Didn't know what to expect. He was going to have a green light and encouragement to manage his body early in the season based on how he was feeling. And, we were prepared to let him sit some games out from time to time. He hasn't needed it. He's felt really good and wanted to stay in there. And, we always give him the green light to stay in there too. So, it's going to be that type of, it was that way last year with our group. It will be this year throughout the whole course of the season, all the way through the 72, before that we get to the playoffs where, we trust him to manage his body with the communication with the medical team. Little bumps and bruises like the ankle that it can be sore from time to time for him. And, we just make these decisions on a game-by-game basis. But the plan A is for him to play. And then if there's a reason why he needs a game off, then we'll give him a game off. But there hasn't been one to this point.
To start, just what did you see from him? And when he's hot like that, how do you adjust your game, if at all, on the offensive end?
Yeah. We get out the way. He's at home. Like I said, I had to go in Chicago. I was at home. He come back. He's at home. He gets it going early. So that's what it is. When he's playing like that, it's fun to watch. It's amazing to see the shots he make and the shots he take. He's a hell of a player, great player. And everyone's cheering for him. He's back at home. We missed it last year. And so he get a chance to come back in and score maybe 45, 46 or something like that. Back at home. So it's fun to watch. But I think for everyone else, we make shots for him to open the floor up. And when we made a couple of those shots, he was able to have the paint. He was able to have his jumper, get to that line. He had whatever he wanted. And he carried us to the win tonight.
If you're not having an efficient night or your typical night on offense, do you double down even that much more defensively? Or I guess you always bring it on D, right? But is that something that you think, hey, all right, I've got to make sure to contribute this way on this end?
Yeah. I pick it up more defensively. I try to offensive rebound, try to set good screens to get other guys open. I just try to do the other things that maybe don't show up on the box score. So I try to find other ways to impact the game, and let the offensive side just come naturally.
Dave?
AD, LeBron had that block on Colin that was
Ridiculous.
the block after the challenge. There was the turnaround shot on the baseline. There was the logo three. Was there any moment in that kind of run he had that really stuck out to you, like, okay, he's really locked in, this is a special night for him?
He had 19 in the first, 17 in the first, or something like that. Oh, it's over. It's one of those nights for him. He was, getting to the basket. He was hitting his three. Getting to the mid-range, hitting his turnaround. So, he wasn't missing. He had a very efficient game. And then late in the game, like you say, hit, I think, 3 threes. Got to the basket, got the steal for the dunk. So he was everywhere on the floor, making shots from everywhere. And but after the first quarter, I knew it was going to be a good night for him.
Kyle?
Hey, D, I know you are sort of a perfectionist and probably are already thinking about next game, especially when it comes to your defense. What gave you guys the most problems that Cleveland was able to do? Was it the pace? Was it the rim pressure? Where was the biggest pressure for you guys?
I think they might be number one in the league in deflections and forcing turnovers, and we were kind of fed into that in the first half. They got a lot of deflections. We had a lot of good looks in that third quarter. We just missed a lot of wide open shots, but in their pace as well. They got a lot of young guys that play fast. Starting with Colin Sexton, who pushes the ball up the floor. And fine guys, and Osman, got high from three. Finding up pins, down screens and things like that. So, they're a young team. They play hard. They play fast. They get out in transition and they force turnovers. And we had a couple turnovers early that kind of got them going.
Dan?
AD, obviously LeBron did what LeBron did, but how important were those Kuzma offensive rebounds in the fourth quarter, and then like some of those Caruso deflections and steals? Seems like those plays when you guys were really sputtering kind of kept giving you a little life.
Yeah, big time plays. That's what Kuzma do. He crashed the offensive glass all the time, and I think he got 3 on the one possession and kicked it out to AC, and I think AC hits the 3. And he had one on the other end in the first half as well. AC, pressure on the ball. Colin drives to the basket. He gets a strip late in the game. And so all those plays are huge plays and momentum boosters for us, especially when we kind of going back and forth with the team and we kind of were stagnant on 100 for a while. We didn't score. Our defense kind of, kept us ahead and those big offensive rebounds by Kuz. So, 2 guys who don't get highlighted enough, but they do all the dirty work for us for sure.
We'll take 2 more. Bill Orm?
Hey, AD, in this year and a half you've played with LeBron, what have you learned about him and what separates him? I mean, you're universally considered a top 5 player in the league also, and all these other guys around the league. But what is it that you, in your opinion, separates him from some of the other superstars in the league and that he's able to go out and do the things he does? I
haven't played with any other, the top guys in the league. So I don't know what those guys do. I only can tell you what I see, and it's probably gonna be the same that everybody else say, but just being here and being around him, the way he locks in on a game, on a team, studying their plays, what they like to run, at which point in the game, personnel, he's always watching film. He's watching film on us, how to get better. He kind of see things before they happen. And like I said, I can't say other top players do it because I'm not around him. I can't say that, but he's very professional. He wants to win, and being here in this year and a half, I see it every day.
Last question, Kari Jones.
What's happening, AD? as a player as an elite player like yourself who does things that might not make the stat sheet, how beneficial is it for you to know that you're still impacting the game at a high level and your stats don't make the sheet?
Yeah,